We're looking at the solar system today. So copy down the title. That's all right, Danielle. I guessed what you meant. So copy down the title, which is the solar system. Pop your ticks up when you're done. So we've got quite a nice activity for today. You're in the breakout rooms, so you can chat to each other, work together. It is fine to go get a pen. Not a problem. Right, I'm going to move the slide on because the title's on the next slide anyway. So the solar system, title's at the top, look. Before we start going on about the solar system, what is the sun, our sun? A gigantic ball of fire and a star. Yeah, thank you, Danielle. It's a star and it's a gigantic ball of fire. So that's quite two really good explanations. It's a star, but it's the closest star to us, which is why it looks really different from all the other stars we see at night. So all the other stars we see at night are quite a long way away, so they look quite small. Our sun is much nearer to us, so we see it looking quite big. And Lucy says it's a gigantic ball of fire. It's a giant ball of hot gas which is burning. It gives off massive amounts of thermal and light energy. Its surface temperature is about 5,500 degrees C, which is hot. Inside is about 15 million degrees C, which is just such a big number. It's hardly even, you can't hardly even think about it, can you? So 5,500 degrees C, yes, extremely, extremely hot, but you can just about imagine possibly that sort of temperature. 15 million degrees C, it's just crazy temperatures. So that's the thing with space. Some of these topics, too hot for a suntan, yeah, you'd be long dead. Some of these topics are just a little bit mind-blowing when you're studying space, because of the huge numbers involved a lot of the time. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're going to identify some structures in the solar system. We're going to describe how our solar system is organized. So that means the order of the planets, but also how they orbit. And we want to know a little bit about some of the components of the solar system as well. So first things first, we're going to watch a little video which shows us how we worked out that we are in fact orbiting the sun. That's called the heliocentric theory. Oh, I've lost my pointer. There we go. Heliocentric theory. So the geocentric theory is that the Earth is in the center of the solar system and everything goes around it. That kind of made sense for most of our time on Earth because, as you'll be aware, the sun comes up in the morning in the east, sets in the west, and that seems to happen day in, day out. It looks like the sun is just going around and around us. However, a few hundred years ago, people started to go, whoa, hang on a minute, because they started to look it up into space and they could see these objects, and it started to not make quite as much sense as it did originally. And eventually, we worked out that, in fact, the sun is the center of the solar system. The Earth isn't the center of the universe with all of the stars moving around it. In fact, the reason it looks like everything's moving around us is because we are rotating. And eventually we worked this out. That was probably quite a nasty shock for those people on Earth who thought we'd been put here by a divine being and everything revolved around us.